One Zambia, one nation. You are watching Zanis News. I am Henry Himonde to present, and my co-presenter on sign language is Emelda Mlea. Let's take a look at the top stories in the news. Government commits to revive country's economy. Luapula province records 0 police complaints. Copperbelt province records increase in GBV cases. And NOTEC and FQM sign MOU. Let's now look at the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has officially opened the 4th session of the 13th National Assembly with a pledge to continue resuscitating the economy despite the impact of the drought. Mr. Hichilema reaffirmed government's commitment to continue fighting corruption to recover stolen assets, describing the vice as a cancer which retards economic development. Speaking during the official opening of the 4th session of the 13th National Assembly today, Mr. Hichilema said government has recorded significant growth at macro level due to multiple measures that have been put in place to navigate through the adverse effects of climate change. Sunday Bwalia covered the session and now reports.
The 4th session of the 13th National Assembly has been officially opened in grand style in Lusaka. President Hakainde Hichilema was at hand to officially open the 13th National Assembly with a lot of policy pronouncements around all the sectors of the economy.
Madam Speaker, our administration is working and working hard. Following the reaching of agreements with the Official Creditors Committee. Official Creditors Committee, Madam Speaker, the House, the country needs to be aware that the debt was in 4 components. 1, official creditors, if you want to call it bilateral creditors. 2, Eurobonds. 3, commercial creditors. 4, domestic arrears. These are the 4 categories that we've been dealing with, just for ease of reference, so that as we go through our presentation, we can put context to what we're saying. So therefore, following the reaching of agreements with the Official Creditors Committee and the Eurobond holders, we are glad to inform this August House that our government has since resumed servicing of the external debt since defaulting in 2022. We are now back on track. We have restored our country's credibility in the international financial system, no doubt about it. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning will soon present the 2025 national budget to this August House. The budget will outline specific policy measures to safeguard macroeconomic stability, restore and maintain debt sustainability. Remember, climate change has brought factors that were not incorporated in our calculation of debt sustainability.
The president also reiterated that government will continue to eradicate corruption, which he described as a cancer to society.
We are determined to eradicate all forms of corruption. We are determined to eradicate all forms of corruption. We remain firmly committed to zero tolerance policy against this vice. All suspected cases, all forms of corruption will not be tolerated, past, present, future, all forms. And there's nothing to hide behind ethnicity, to hide behind religion, to hide behind political party in the fight against corruption. None of that stuff will be tolerated. There is no ethnicity, there is no religion, there is no political affiliation in the fight against corruption.
The president also touched on the importance of the constitutional reforms, emphasizing on a less costly process.
Madam Speaker, the Constitution remains an important document to our country's identity as a people. The country has, however, failed. Madam Speaker, I'm here to say the country has failed to reach consensus on this very important national document over many years. Over many years. As a country, therefore, we still need to reform our constitutional order to ensure that it's truly reflecting aspirations of our citizens.
And various stakeholders have welcomed President Hakainde Hichilema's speech.
Really, in our democracy, that is why some of us are pushing that let's find spaces in which we unite to solve national problems, instead of thinking this is a Hakainde Hichilema's problem. This problem of drought cannot belong to a person, an individual. Let us all embrace this challenge as a Zambian challenge and work together, regardless of who you are, to solve this problem.
Very balanced speech. What I liked is that there was acknowledgement of the challenges that the country is going through, with the impact of the drought-induced drought, the fact that it's affected all sectors of the economy, but also going more to recognize that despite those challenges, despite the challenges that Zambians are going through because of that, the progress is being made in various sectors, and outlining what has been done, what has been achieved in each and every sector.
With this policy direction in place, the public will be eagerly anticipating for the successful implementation. Sandwell for Zanis in Lusaka.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia is saddened that political parties have stayed away from the verification of ballot papers for the Kabelenge and Ichidi wards by-elections in Mwansabombwe and Zimba district. ECZ Corporate Affairs Manager Patricia Luhanga says the electoral body is concerned with the low turnout of political party representatives during the ballot paper verification exercise undertaken today at Elections House in Lusaka. Speaking during the verification exercise, Ms. Luhanga said despite sending invitations to nominated political parties in the Mwansabombwe and Zimba district by-elections, only the United Party for National Development was represented. Ms. Luhanga said it is important for the nominated political parties to be on board during the process to enhance transparency and put to bed controversies that surround ballot papers. Ms. Luhanga added that out of all the nominated political parties invited, only the Socialist Party communicated that they would not be available during the process because of other important commitments.
Verification as a means of the transparency of the electoral process, and in particular, the transparency of an election. We know that usually the controversial information that comes from political parties relates to ballot papers. So the way we've had the UPND come here and verify, you might have noted that they are even taking note of the serial numbers of these ballot papers, which they're able to send to their colleagues at district level to say, these are the ballot papers that have been verified from here in Lusaka, and as you receive them at district level, this is what you should be focusing on. So for us as ECZ, it's just to enhance transparency in the electoral process and ensure that stakeholders and ourselves are moving on the same page. So the message to political parties is, if we really want to talk about enhancing transparency, they should be a part of this process. Look, ECZ has opened the window, and we are not saying don't come, or we are only accepting one or two political parties. We are literally asking everyone to come, including yourselves. Your being here is part of the transparency that we're looking for.
The Police Public Complaints Commission has expressed concern at the low reporting rates of cases of police and professional conduct in Luapula Province. Police Public Complaints Commission Chairperson Zunga Siakalima disclosed that the Commission this year received over 170 complaints against police and professional conduct countrywide, but no complaint has been received and documented from Luapula Province. Mr. Siakalima said this during a sensitization meeting for heads of government departments in Mansa. More in the following report by Betsheba Katebe.
In order to enhance confidence and public trust in the Zambia Police Service, the Police Public Complaints Commission is in Mansa District to sensitize heads of government departments on how it operates. Police Public Complaints Commission Chairperson explains the Commission's mandate.
Very few people know about Police Public Complaints Commission. Police Public Complaints Commission we have the mandate to receive and investigate complaints against police and send our recommendations to an institution that we think can take action against police officers.
The Commission wants people to start reporting cases in order to enhance professionalism in the police service.
If a police officer commits a crime, he becomes an individual. It's personal. It's not the entire police force. He's going to be charged as an individual. There are a lot of police maiming people, beating up people. If this information is not given to yourselves, and then it trickles down to your officers, then we are doing a disservice to this nation.
There is a lot you can complain about. There is abuse of authority, over detention, a police officer being uncivil to you. You can report against that. Anything that you feel the police officer did not do well, you can report to the Commission.
And heads of government departments in Mansa have called for a trickle down of the information in the communities.
There are these brothers and sisters that don't have this privilege. They are in the community, in the village. There is a lot of ignorance. What I'm saying, Chair, is there is a lot of ignorance on this aspect, and I would want to request that maybe the Commission goes even to the lowest level, if it will be possible that you even use different languages to disseminate this information.
Bathsheba Katebe reporting for Zanis News in Mansa District in Wapula Province.
In a related development, government through the Ministry of Justice has commenced the process of drafting the National Corporate Governance Code. A Northern Province Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu says the move will promote principles and values aimed at establishing a standard of good governance. Mr. Mpundu said this in a speech read on his behalf by Northern Province Assistant Secretary Jordan Mwenya during the consultative meeting on National Corporate Code in Kasama. Japhet Munkondia now reports.
Bad business practices and abuse of office in both public and private sectors has a great impact on the national economy. This is why the government, through the Ministry of Justice, is undertaking the formulation of the National Corporate Governance Code, which will promote professionalism in both public and private sectors. The Ministry of Justice has held the stakeholders consultative meeting on the draft Corporate Governance Code in Kasama District, which was officiated by Northern Province Assistant Secretary Jordan Mwenya.
The introduction of the National Corporate Governance Code in Zambia marks a new approach to doing business and corporate governance practice in the country. Corporate governance affects all of us and the future of our economy, environment and development at large.
Acting Director Governance Department in the Ministry of Justice, Davis Chikalanga, had this to say.
This is the code which will be the first of its kind in the country, and with it, it will come with a number of benefits for the country. These consultations are meant to enhance what is already in draft form.
The governance code will apply both to the public sector as well as the private sector. And apart from developing a national corporate governance code, we're also going to come up with sector policies, because as a government we've realized not one size fits all.
Participants commended the Ministry of Justice for the gesture.
Important to us in the sense that we will see and monitor on the work culture of our employers and industries in the district and the province.
And that we also have to go through our code of conduct. This is the corporate world we are living in. We have to ensure that whatever we are doing involves all these corporate governance system, which we should embrace.
Reporting for Zanis in Kasama District, I'm Japhet Munkondia.
And on gender matters now, where Copperbelt Province Senior Gender Officer Kasinga Kafunya has disclosed that the region has recorded an increase in the number of gender-based violence GBV cases. Speaking during the anti-gender-based violence stakeholder strengthening and coordinating meeting in Ndola, Ms. Kafunya attributed the increase to low economic activities in the districts. Details in this report.
Copperbelt Province Gender Division has called for anti-gender-based violence stakeholders strengthening and coordinating meeting in Ndola on the Copperbelt Province. This comes after a rise in the number of gender-based violence cases in the province.
We know that Copperbelt is a transit town. We have the border to Congo, and we have truckers that pass through going to different countries. So you find where there are a lot of truckers there, you find a lot of issues of GBV, because then you find they're abusing even children, they're abusing women, and even men are being abused in those streets. So those are the things that we are trying to fight. And also even in homes, because we understand that GBV is not just about women anymore. Despite it being very precedent in women, even men now have started reporting. So these are the things that we are fighting for. I haven't yet gotten the exact statistics for the first and second quarter, but we do have them on a rise. So I think we all understand that as a country we're going through this drought, and this disaster has caused a lot of economic things to stop. We have towns like Lufwanyama, Pongwe, and Masaiti that are agricultural towns, and then you find they have to look for other alternatives to get sources. And so to answer your question, the reason why we have this precedent number rising on an everyday is because of the economic challenges that we are facing as a country.
Zambia Center for Communication Program Kwatu technical advisor says there is need for concerted efforts to win the fight against gender-based violence on the province.
I would say we are looking at our stakeholders as the key driver to sustain the programs that we are doing as a project. So bringing them together to this same point, we want to empower them with the knowledge of what we are doing, so that when the project phases out, there are no gaps that will be realized in terms of addressing the issues of gender-based violence and reduction in the HIV pandemic in our country.
Ndola District Administrative Officer says the meeting highlights challenges that stakeholders encounter and offer possible solutions to the challenges.
Today our objective is very clear: to strengthen our coordination and fortify our action against GBV. This meeting offers a crucial platform to hear from various stakeholders about the critical work that they are doing in response to GBV. We also explore the challenges they encounter and gather suggestions and proposals on how we can collectively improve our efforts in the province. The insight we gain today will be very instrumental in shaping our strategies and ensuring that we provide better support to survivors while preventing further incidences.
The Gender Division is mandated to promote gender equality through coordination and monitoring of effective implementation of gender policies in line ministries and stakeholders. Jacqueline Moba, Zanis, in Ndola.
We now take a break. We have more stories when we come back. Keep watching.
How I Made It is a program that delves into the many success stories of different people from all walks of life. Watch How I Made It on Zanis TV every Thursday at 18:30 hours on the Topsatr channel, channel 6 DTT, and channel 458 DTH.
Welcome back. We now look at health news. Kasama District Commissioner Annie Poe has commended the Kasama District Task Force on Security of Medicines and Medical Supplies for being proactive in preventing drug pilferage in the district. Mrs. Poe said the task force has helped to reduce cases of drug pilferage in health facilities in the district. More in the following report.
Government is working tirelessly to ensure the availability of medicine and medical supplies in health facilities. In Kasama District, a task force on security of medicine and medical supplies has intensified its operations to curb pilferage in health facilities. Kasama District Commissioner Annie Poe, who officiated at the task force meeting, commended the team for its tireless effort in safeguarding medicine in public health facilities.
As a task force, it is actually our duty
that we make sure that we put our heads together and our ears on the ground to listen to wherever they tell us to say there are drugs that are being sold. From whatever corner, let's make sure that we find out how did they come about those drugs. I'm happy that we've got our colleagues from ZRA. It is their duty because they are part of the group that clears the drugs, isn't it? So we are happy to have you on board. Please make sure that we should not compromise, because at the end of the day, all of us here, we are the ones that are holding the lives of a lot of our people out there. And if we allow our people to find themselves in the hands of fake doctors that are giving.
And Kasama District Health Director Dr. Charles Chungu reaffirmed the task force commitment to preventing the drug pilferage.
Platform so that various institutions start to take action according to what we agree. Then just emphasizing again on the issue of COVID operation, just to be ready, all of us. We will be called upon to get a short notice to handle some of these assignments.
Reporting for Zanis in Kasama District, I'm Jafet Munkondia.
And in Luapula Province, Mbereshi Mission Hospital in Mwansabombwe District, through the United Church of Zambia, is set to procure an ultrasound machine at a cost of 9,000 United States dollars. The new machine, meant to help provide ultrasound services, will be an additional machine to the current machine that the Ministry of Health recently procured. Chipili Makasa brought us this report.
Providing adequate healthcare services is one of government's priority in the healthcare sector. In supplementing government efforts to ensure adequate healthcare provisions, the Ministry of Health supplied Mbereshi Mission Hospital with a new ultrasound machine after its old one stopped working. Mbereshi Mission Hospital Administrator Webster Milanzi says the United Church of Zambia is also procuring an additional bigger ultrasound machine to ensure consistency in service delivery to the people.
It has been in the process. The church through SIVA, I think Friday we're receiving a bigger machine like that one for ultrasound. So we are able now to offer ultrasound services. We used to take them to nearby facilities like Kazembe, Chelengo, even Kawamba, but it will be a relief on our part. We are able now to offer ultrasound services.
Mwansabombwe District Health Director Abraham Hupe notes the significance of the machine to the people of Mwansabombwe.
Our patients that were receiving services of ultrasound needed to move to other nearby districts. But with the availability of this one now, they cannot move away from here. They are getting the services as close as possible. And this is just moving with the vision of the Ministry of Health, so that our people are able to access health services as close as possible.
The hospital has also heightened efforts to mitigate the impacts of the countrywide load shedding with backup energy solutions.
The hospital is running smoothly. We are able to offer all our services. This hospital is offering to the community. In the case of power outages, even the oxygen cylinders, they don't need the power. And at the theater, I think we have supported the theater with the power backup.
Chipini Makasa, reporting for Zanis in Mwansabombwe District, Luapula Province.
Health news, we now look at agriculture. Government has continued to distribute various inputs for the traditional wetlands program in Kabwe's Kangomba area. Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Shimwamba, who graced the distribution exercise of inputs, advised beneficiaries to ensure the inputs are used to improve household food security. Details in this report.
In its quest to ensure household food security, especially for the vulnerable but viable farmers, government is implementing many programs, which include the traditional wetlands farming program. In Kabwe, the program has already started, and the district commissioner was on hand in Kangomba area to distribute the inputs to the beneficiaries.
The sub-program will support additional beneficiary households with a package of wetland cropping farming input to enable them cultivate a 1/4 hectare of either maize or vegetables. I have also been informed that the farmer households will receive input support consisting of fertilizer, D-compound 1,200 by 50 kg, urea 800 by 50 kg, cane fertilizer 400 by 50 kg, maize seed 800 by 5 kg, okra 400 by 100 grams, impwa 400 by 250 grams, insecticide 400 by 250 mils, and fungicides 400 by 250 mils. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been reliably informed that the program in Kawe district will support 1,200 vulnerable but viable farmers.
The Department of Community Development is spearheading the exercise.
We have 256 beneficiaries here who are yet to receive these inputs.
The beneficiaries are grateful to government for the program.
We are humbled and grateful for what the UPN government has done. Through His Excellency, our President, Hakainde Hichilema, we are very grateful. Now, tutashafe sana twatotela. Pa mfundo batupera nembe uyo batupera pakwe bati. Tutampa okulima neryo enfrataira tampa. Infulari ka tampa okuisa nishifo natu iminina shina tutampa ko kale. So njuwa totera sana. Thank you very much, our President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema.
Meanwhile, the district commissioner took time to explain other government programs.
So twayebera ti muri CDF mu twakula amaskulu twakula yakweba tumufire mwingira abana ukwabula okwipira nangu kama. That is important. Mumone oku nombaline mwali umfere ashira mulungushi textiles.
We are building schools and offering free education so that our children can have access to education. Soon Mulungushi Textiles will be opened, which will create a lot of jobs. We also have a skills development program under the Constituency Development Fund.
Skills development under CDF.
Kelvin Tembo for Zanis in Kabwe, Central Province.
And in Northwestern Province, World Vision Zambia in Mfumbwe and Manyinga districts is calling on traditional and civic leaders to work with the organization in sensitizing people over sanitation matters. Here is Patson Mlaisho with the rest of the story.
Sanitation is one of the critical elements that bring about good health among citizens. It is that many communities in both rural and urban areas have poor sanitation mainly due to wrong mindsets and poor habits among people. After witnessing the recent open defecation-free celebrations in Mwinilunga's Chibuika Chiefdom, Mfumbwe Manyinga Cluster Manager for the World Vision is calling on traditional and civic leaders in Mfumbwe and Manyinga to support the organization's efforts towards a mindset change on sanitation.
So, as government partners, we are just requesting and urging the government partners, the traditional leadership in the district, that we should not give up but keep on pushing the agenda for sanitation so that we also achieve this attainment and ensure that we have proper sanitation. As you may be aware that in terms of water, access to clean and safe drinking water, we are almost 100% in the two area programs where World Vision is operating from. So if we just need to put more extra effort to ensure that sanitation also is achieved. I know it's something which cannot be achieved overnight. It's an issue to do with behavioral change.
Diwasha Committee representatives from Mfumbwe and Manyinga districts promised to work hard to improve sanitation levels and attain open defecation free in the two districts.
The Diwasha Committee members, all the stakeholders, the government departments, the traditional leaderships, and the communities volunteers who are the champions, who are the food soldiers, who see that they will help us and obtain the ODF as Mfumbwe district.
As Manyinga district, I feel we can also do the same, provided that we work together. If we, all stakeholders, as well as the chief himself, his senior chief Sikufele, and also his headmen, together as stakeholders, different departments, together with World Vision, if we can partner and work towards attaining ODF, I believe that it's possible to attain ODF in Maninga district.
Pastor Mlasho for Zanis in Mfumbo district, Northwestern province.
Now, small and medium enterprises in Kanchivia have been urged to take advantage of loans offered by the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission to purchase solar power equipment. The district commissioner emphasized that the importance of solar energy as a reliable alternative to grid power, especially in the face of frequent load shedding. Speaking during the meeting with stakeholders at Fyoshi village, the district commissioner explained that the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission is providing loans of up to 70,000 kwacha to be repaid over 3 years at an interest rate of 8%. And District Cooperative Inspector Josephat Chivesa further urged businesses such as barbershops and saloons which rely heavily on electricity to apply for the loans. The CEC Solar Power Empowerment Initiative is part of government's efforts to empower small and medium enterprises and promote sustainable development in Kanchivia district. The program is targeting businesses of barbershops and saloons and will run up to 30th September. We now take our final break. Keep watching.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topsatr. Don't miss.
Over 30 students from Siavonga district in Southern Province have graduated from the technical education, vocational and entrepreneurship training. Speaking on behalf of the District Commissioner Geoffrey Jacopo, District Education Standards Officer Mutinta Mutoloki said the students were sponsored by Jivnix Mine in partnership with Lusaka Vocational and Technical College. Mukwengu Chapande has the rest of the details.
Lusaka Vocational and Technical College has held its first ever successive graduation ceremony with over 30 students graduating with certificates in various vocational courses such as bricklaying, plastering and electrical technology in Siavonga. Speaking during the graduation ceremony held at Mutanga Primary School organized by GovX Mine, Siavonga District Education Standards Officer Mutinta Mutoloki represented the District Commissioner Geoffrey Jacopo, who reiterated government's desire to foster skills training to youths as a way to enhance development in rural areas.
As we sit here, to celebrate our achievement in acquiring new skills, knowledge, and confidence. The president is very passionate about it. Especially that these skills, knowledge and confidences are being given to the youth.
Mr. Mutoloki commended the partnership of GovX and Lusaka Vocational and Technical College for training the students.
We want to thank our trainers, our sponsors, and our supporters. Your investment to us will yield a brighter future for our rural community.
Lusaka Vocational and Technical College Principal Georgina Chama and GovX Country Manager Yapa Manza reaffirmed their commitment to equip locals with abilities necessary to enhance development in the rural areas.
Our country manager, we are more than eager to continue with this program, even in other programs that I've mentioned, so that we equip the locals in this area to acquire the skills that you need in this land.
Whilst the objective is to retain some of you or all of you come and work, you are not tied. We have given you this training at a cost, but you are not go and apply blend where the demand lies.
Students have expressed gratitude for the training.
your investment in our skills and knowledge will not go to waste.
Mkwengu Shapande, reporting in Siavonga District, Southern Province.
Still looking at education, University of Zambia Vice-Chancellor Mundia Muya says the institution is committed to training students in the School of Education in order to grow the sector. In a speech read on his behalf by Professor Gift Masaiti during the graduation ceremony held at Chipata College of Education, Professor Muya said the graduation of students from the college is testament to the university's works in having a capable workforce in the teaching fraternity. Sylvester Chimba filed in this report.
It was a joyous moment for the 277 graduating teachers from the Chipata College of Education that had enrolled in the year 2021. The colorful graduation ceremony was graced by Professor Gift Masaiti, who represented the University of Zambia Vice-Chancellor Mundia Muya as guest of honor.
On behalf of the incumbent Vice-Chancellor of the University of Zambia, Professor Mundia Muya, I'm profoundly honored to officiate at this 13th graduation ceremony, and I welcome you all with joy and pleasure. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, this day is looked at with the fondness and deep pride it deserves in one's life. The University of Zambia is committed to improving an education system by producing a quality and holistic teacher. Some of you are familiar with the University of Zambia. We don't substitute quality. Quality is at our prime. We will not substitute quality, and therefore this quality is shared with Chipata College of Education and Jubeva in the production of the students we are graduating today. So quality is very key. The permanent secretary talked about quality. The principal talked about quality. So quality is our main mission. We want the quality teachers.
Minister of Education Permanent Secretary Joel Kamoko was represented by Dr. Mwenya Mwamba, who is Assistant Director of Specialized Services at the Teacher Education and Specialized Services.
On behalf of the Ministry of Education, I wish to convey my heartfelt gratitude to you for successfully completing your diploma course. May I simply say, welcome to the noble teaching fraternity. You are being requested, therefore, to lead the way since you are youthful and energetic. My ministry expects nothing else other than the best out of you.
And earlier, Chipata College of Education Principal Malizani Tembo urged the graduates to be good ambassadors and utilize the skills they have learned as they go into society.
Do it again. You do not need to be reminded. This is a great day for you. We are very proud of you. When we welcomed you in 2021, we thanked you for choosing the two colleges of education. We emphasized that teaching is not just about acquiring information that you could read on your own from books, newspapers, internet, and so forth. Rather, it was about teacher education, training you holistically to become good teachers. This is the day we were all waiting for. Congratulations once again for making it. Therefore, Lorraine said, and I quote, "A lot of hard work is hidden behind nice things." The end of quote. Today, you are able to see the hidden fruit of your labor at last. My dear graduates, as you go in the society, a challenge to you, I challenge you to be good ambassadors of the two colleges and utilize the teaching skills you learned to the benefit of the learners and indeed to the benefit of yourself as you survive in the community where you will be. The ministry and the country at large is so expectant to see you perform and do better in the classroom.
Sylvester Chimba for Zanis in Chipata District.
We continue with the news. Government, in partnership with the Prime Rose Community Organization, has handed over 330 desks to 8 schools in the Chiawa zone of Kafue District. 290 desks have been procured under the 2023 Constituency Development Fund CDF allocation, while 40 desks have been donated by the Prime Rose Community Organization of Kafue District. Details in the following report by Naomi Piri.
To mitigate the shortage of desks in schools due to high enrollment levels brought by the free education policy, the government and the Primrose Community Organization have jointly handed over 330 desks to 8 schools in the Chiawa zone of Kafue District. Kafue Member of Parliament Miriam Chonya handed over the desks to the schools.
I'm delighted to be here with you at this very important event where we are celebrating a partnership dedicated to investing in our children's education. A partnership that demonstrates a profound commitment to the future of our community. Today, we are witnessing the handover of these desks generously donated by Primrose Community Organization and of course also procured by our government of the Republic of Zambia through CDF.
So I would like to appreciate, first of all, the gesture that has been given to us by the district for allowing us to be part and parcel of the government agenda of improving community lives in our district.
Kafue District Education Board Secretary Belina Mono highlighted the need for school desks following the experienced high enrollment of learners.
It is indeed a joyous occasion, and I'm really happy to be found at this gathering where we are witnessing the handover of the 40 desks from Primrose and the 290 desks from CDF. Guest of honor, Madam, you see, the need for desks in our schools is actually real. We needed desks yesterday, we need desks today, and tomorrow we still need desks.
Meanwhile, Chiawa Zono head teacher expressed happiness for the gesture.
The further 290 desks for CDF will greatly boost the desk situation in the zone. Yes.
Today is a happy day for us as a school, having received some desks from Primrose and CDF. This gesture will go a long way to alleviate the suffering that learners were going through.
Reporting, Anam Piri.
And lastly, in the news, a 21-year-old pupil of Mufulira district on the Copperbelt province has been fined by Mufulira Magistrate Court for producing and circulating obscene videos of herself on social media in violation of Section 59 of the Cyber Security and Cyber Crimes Act No. 2 of 2021. The convict, Messi Mwakesho, appeared before Magistrate Messi Chawu and readily admitted to posting 8 indecent videos on Facebook and TikTok with the intent to corrupt public morals. More in the following report.
The Mufulira Magistrates Court has found a 21-year-old pupil of Mufulira District guilty of producing obscene videos on social media, contrary to Section 59 of the Cyber Security and Cyber Crimes Act No. 2 of 2021. Appearing before Magistrate Messi Chabu, the convict, Messi Mwakeso, admitted to producing 8 videos of herself engaging in indecent acts and posting them on Facebook and TikTok with the intent to corrupt public morals. State Prosecutor Fiup Ludaka presented a flash disk containing the 8 obscene videos, which had been retrieved from Ms. Mwakeso's social media accounts. In her mitigation, Ms. Mwakeso acknowledged that she had no legal justification for her actions. She pleaded for leniency explaining that she was a first-time offender and still a pupil. She promised that if given a second chance, she would focus on completing her education and refrain from engaging in such behavior. Ms. Mwakeso also told the court that she had been in custody since her arrest on May 22, 2024. She added that her time in remand had taught her a valuable lesson, and she now wished to educate her peers on the dangers of similar actions. And in her judgment, Magistrate Chabu sentenced Mwakeso to pay a fine of 4,000 kwacha by 10 hours on 13 September 2024, or face 6 months of simple imprisonment. The magistrate acknowledged that the convict was a pupil who needed to continue her education and expressed hope that Ms. Mwakeso had learnt her lesson during her time in custody. Rachel Chisulo, Zanis, Mufulira.
On that note, we come to the end of the news, but before we go, let's take another look at the top stories. Government committed to revive country's economy. Luapula province has recorded 0 police complaints. Copperbelt province has recorded an increase in GBV cases. And Notec and First Quantum Minerals have signed an MOU. Thank you so much for staying with us on the news desk. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde, and my sign language interpreter is Imelda Mlea. Until next time, it's goodbye.